Okay, day 26. Maybe it's 27. I think it's 26. One of those. So, I was watching this video the other day, and it's of this brand new dad, brand new mom. They have this little baby girl, and the birth goes beautifully. 30 minutes after this little baby girl comes into the world, she starts having breathing problems. Her lung collapses. They stick a tube down her throat. She has a heart attack. And this little baby's in the room adjacent to the parents. And these parents are very staunch Christians who have such devoted faith in the Lord. And they can hear that their baby's not responding. In effect, she's dead. She's not, no heartbeat. They're trying to do CPR. And the dad, this brand new dad, looks at this brand new mom, his wife, and he says, "Let's have no fear, and we'll pray." So he starts praying. And he said he knew that the Lord's will was for their little girl to live. So in his prayer, he rebuked death. And they trusted in Jesus. And this mom said she could see in a vision Jesus walking into the room, walking into the next room where their baby girl was, and touching her baby girl's chest. And just as she's seeing this, the heart monitor comes back. The baby's heart turns back on, starts beating. And this little baby went without oxygen to the brain for over 4 minutes. Totally gray, lifeless. Now these parents decided it didn't matter. It didn't matter what happened, live or die, that their peace was in Jesus Christ, and they would have no fear. And the father said, "It didn't matter what happened, but I knew she would live and that she would be okay." So weeks pass, and this little girl is not responding. They think she's brain dead. And the doctor's trying to talk to the father, explain this to her, and that pretty much there's no hope for her. And the father says, "Okay, well, what do you need to see?" And he goes, "Just any type of response." He goes, "Okay, what happens if she opens her eyes?" And the doctor said, "Yeah, okay, yeah, that would be a miracle and amazing, but yeah, that would count." And the dad said, "Okay, well, you prepare to be amazed because it's going to happen." So this father and this new mom start praying for specific things. One of those being that the little girl would be responsive, that there would be no brain damage, and that she will open her eyes. 2 days later, after having this conversation with the doctor, their little girl opens her eyes. Not only does she open her eyes, she just starts acting like a baby. She starts nursing. They can't find anything wrong with her. They start running all these tests. They can't find any scarring in the lungs. They can't find any scarring in the heart. They can't find anything in the brain. Nothing. They're running blood work, everything. They cannot find a single thing that pointed evidence to anything ever happening. And this father said, "That's the power of Christ. That's the power of trusting in God and not having fear." Okay, so I listened to this video and I'm thinking, amazing, amazing parents to have so much trust in Jesus. Not only because their girl was healed, but amazing that in the moment of such life-altering possibilities, they chose to have no fear. Then my question turned into, how did he know what God's will was, though? How did he know that his little girl was supposed to be healed. So I've been thinking about that. How do you know? And I was thinking about McConkie's Bible Dictionary under prayer. And it says, prayer is the act by which the will of the father and the will of the child are brought into correspondence with each other. The object of prayer is not to change the will of God, but to secure for ourselves and for others blessings that God is already willing to grant, but that are made conditional on our asking for them. Blessings require some work or effort on our part before we can obtain them. Prayer is a form of work. This is the appointed means by obtaining the highest of all blessings, prayer. That's what this family did. That's what this husband and wife did. And prayer isn't trying to change the will of God, but it's to secure the blessings that are there, that are conditioned on us asking for them. So then my thoughts turn to this. How did this father know? One, this little girl's heart starts, and then they have weeks of essentially a brain-dead child. I think my faith would have wavered. My trust would have wavered. And was the only reason that this little girl she's fully functional now. She's almost a year old, beautiful, not a lick of developmental delay, nothing. Was the only reason for that because he still trusted 100% and he was willing to ask still, even after all the evidence, all the scientific evidence pointed to it's not possible. All the doctors and nurses are telling him, you're not really facing reality. You're not really understanding the devastating news we're trying to explain to you. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that if these hard things have happened in your life, it's not because you didn't pray hard enough. I'm not trying to say that. But what I am trying to say is, are there times when God has placed blessings on the altar for us, and we're too quick to say, well, guess not. Guess that's not going to happen. Are we too quick to walk away? Because we don't see it right there on the altar the minute we ask for it? I don't know. I don't know what the answers are. And like I said, I'm not trying to diminish or proclaim if these things have happened to you, you just didn't ask hard enough, or you weren't diligent enough, or you weren't patient enough. That's not what I'm trying to say. But are there times where we throw our hands up in the air and we say, I guess that's just my lot in life. I guess that's just what we have to do. I guess that's just what we have to endure. And we go almost to a place of fear, a place of, I don't know what else to do. I don't know, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. But it's something to think about. And this man's tenacity as he explained his life story was incredible and awe-inspiring. And I hope that I can have that kind of trust in God. There you go. There's my questions. Have a good night.